Oh, let me mute.
What's up, everybody? We are live and in person. The faculty and staff of Tech Talk University. This is our semi-annual, monthly. We haven't decided yet. Weekly. We get together to discuss. That's why you're not a full professor yet.
It took forever for this thing. Sorry, man.
But as you can see, we're all in one shot.
Yeah, that's really cool.
And what's even cooler, or not really cool, but what's shocking about it is we're using campground Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
And it's actually really good.
Surprisingly.
Yeah, and so obviously we are, at a campground, so we're camping. You already knew we were hanging out with Jerry at Happy Place Diaries. You should have known we were going to be catching up with Dustin at Wayward Wags. But if you didn't, now you know.
Now you know.
Now you know. Now we're here. All right. So we're excited to be here. We've been here, about hour and a half, 2 hours?
I know, but thank God I can finally talk about this whole, without these two giving me the.
I mean, you talked about it like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
I know, but nobody listens to me, so.
Yeah. So thank you guys. People coming in. We got a jam-packed 90-minute class today. So I hope everybody's got their notebooks ready, their laptops charged, their coffee cup full, and pencil sharpened. Because you're going to need it, and get your mind sharpened too.
Yeah.
As usual, I don't know if I think we got a couple of folks in here that we don't see normally. We don't go down the chat and say hello to everybody because this is a class. We're not taking roll because this is college, so it's on the honor system. You need to show up to class on time every time, because if you don't, then you're going to miss something. So when the exams come around, you're going to flunk out. So it's really all on you as an adult to make sure you're there. I wish I'd have known that when I went to college originally.
Yeah, and don't forget to pay your freaking tuition.
That's right. Yeah, the tuition bill. So we're going to do some channel reviews today. That's why we're doing a little bit longer, to give us some time to do some channel reviews. And again, even if you've had your channel reviewed before, or you don't think you need a channel review, it's a good idea to listen to the channel reviews of other channels. I learned stuff when we review somebody else's channel.
Yeah.
I think every channel review we've done in months, I was like, oh, well, I need to do that. And I'll start making some changes on my channel, making some updates. So we're going to do some channel reviews. We already have 2 in the chute, queued up and ready to go. But one thing we want to talk about first is some making your video pleasing to the ear.
Yes.
Yeah, we were just talking about that before we started.
Yeah.
And especially if you're using different, like if you shoot with different cameras, your audio levels could be different. If you add music, the audio levels could be different.
Yeah.
A lot of stuff. Oh, good. Foreverland tuition will be paid tomorrow. All right, sweet. So it's very important that you just can't throw video from a GoPro or a camera, a webcam, and then throw in an audio track from wherever. You just can't throw it all together and upload it to YouTube and everybody's going to love it. Because what's going to happen, and I know you guys have seen videos like this where you can barely hear something, and so you turn it up, and just as soon as you turn it up, they go into music, and now your ears are bleeding. So having that equalized level. Is that the right term?
I think it's if you cause an inconvenience for your viewer, they're going to leave, and it's an inconvenience to have to turn up the volume while they're watching you speak, and then turn it back down while you're listening to the music on the B-roll, and turn it back up when they start talking again, and then back down when they're on the B-roll. So you got to keep it to where the viewer doesn't have to do anything except for just watch and listen.
Yeah, and just kind of a disclaimer is, in case you think that's just a criticism, it's a criticism that I know you gave me because I wasn't equalizing my my sound. And ever since I started doing that and being very aware in my editing software where those sound levels are,
Yeah.
which I guess could be a tip later on how you see that. But you really want to make sure that is tracking, because and it's really where the music and stuff meets. Yeah.
Because the music is always, well, in my case anyway, in my experience, I use Filmora 9, which I think we all do.
Yeah.
But in my experience, the music is always louder than the audio from my mic when we're just speaking. So when I have my audio with the speaking at a 0 or a neutral level, I have to go in and adjust the music down to like a negative, somewhere between a -6 and a -7 to get it to be the same level. And the way that you can tell that is after you adjust the audio level on your audio clip or on your music file, you got to go back to where you're talking and watch the transition, and you yourself can see if, hey, was there a spike in volume or not? If there was still a spike in volume, go back to your editing software, lower the volume on that music clip until you get it equal. And then you can kind of tell pretty close to where you need to be. Now, each music track is a little different. Some tracks are a little bit lighter and some are loud.
Mm-hmm.
So and especially if you're getting music clips from different sources. I get mine from Epidemic Sound, but you can get free tracks from other places, free places, or on YouTube. And so their volume levels might be a little bit different than Epidemic Sound.
Right. And one thing too, when you're doing this too, is check the volume you have set for your speakers on your computer that you're doing the editing on.
Exactly.
Because if you have your volume set on like 25%, and then you're cranking up the sound within your editing software so you can hear it, well, when somebody plays that video on their TV, on their computer, on their phone, it's going to blow their eardrums out.
Or if they're wearing earbuds.
Yeah.
Right. Or if they're wearing earbuds, now they're going to be bleeding from the ear.
Yeah. All the editing software, and Filmora, it's over on the right-hand side.
Mm-hmm.
You can actually see the equalizer graph.
Yeah.
And if you're redlining that, you're going to kill people. Not literally.
So sound, and I know a lot of people struggle with the video portion. They think they got to make the video right, but in my opinion, I think you can get away with some crappy video.
Yeah.
As long as the sound is good, because if it sounds hard to hear or it's constantly fluctuating, I'm going to stop watching it unless it's a video that has a piece of information I really need to watch. Like I'm trying to fix something that's broken on my RV, and this is the only video I found that shows how to fix it.
Yeah.
That's the only way I'm going to put up with that.
And the other thing about sound is be aware of, like, you always see it on videos where, it's windy outside and they don't have a dead cat on their mic or whatever. And, you put the little comment, sorry about the wind.
Mm-hmm.
It's still annoying.
Yeah.
And we've all done it.
Yeah.
But it's one of those things where you have to be situationally aware of where you're recording. And maybe you just go stand on the other side of the RV where on the leeward side of the RV,
right.
To get the shot.
And sometimes you just can't help it because
sometimes you can't.
Because you're here at this location one time, or whatever's happening is happening now and won't happen again. And so you just got to take the shot, and then you take the shot and you put in the disclaimer, and that's all you can do.
Yeah.
But if you're doing that consistently, people are going to quickly stop watching your videos.
Yeah.
And one thing I'm guilty of a lot is I still have a lot of problems with sound, mainly because I have problems with the hearing too. But when I'm thinking about it, what I do is I try to shoot, especially if I'm using my GoPro or my new yet to be named publicly camera that I just bought and haven't used yet. If I'm using those, because they have apps on my phone, I can download it really quickly. I can just shoot a test clip, and then, okay, can I hear it? Because the biggest thing I'm guilty of is when I'm using an external microphone is I have the wrong connector and it doesn't work. So I record nothing. I've done that so many times. Usually when I'm out and about, never if I'm sitting home, filming an intro or an outro. It's usually when I'm out, filming the once in a lifetime, all the moons of Uranus line up and, thing.
And you can't go recreate it.
Right. Exactly.
It's already gone. Or you're already back to your next campground. You can't go back to the previous one and fix it. It's gone.
Yeah. And maybe a technique is that you mute it and you voice over, You know,
I
don't know.
have done
Yeah.
that. I have
Yeah.
done that.
It's better than losing it completely.
It's better than losing it
Yeah.
completely.
I've done that, but sometimes you can't do that. So for me, when I remember, shoot a quick, literally 10 seconds. Does my light look good? Does my audio sound good? Cool. Now let's roll.
Yeah.
Now I know all my stuff set up right. And this a suggestion I rarely use that I give to you that hopefully we'll all together remember to do it more
Yeah.
often.
And we haven't talked about sound a lot.
No, we really
Tuesday,
haven't,
but
oddly
it's
enough.
really important. And because the last thing you want to do is spend all this time editing and getting your transitions lined up with the beat of the music and all this cool stuff.
You're supposed to line up with the beat of music?
Well, you don't
I don't
have
know how
to.
to do
I'm
that
just
yet.
saying.
Yeah.
But if you do spend all the time doing all that, and you put all these hours of work in editing, and then you don't have your volume levels right, and you lose watch time because of that type of an error, man, you don't want to put in that much work to lose that on that something so simple to fix.
Right. And actually this question or this comment came from one of the students. They wanted to learn a little bit more about it, and they wanted to make sure that their fellow students also knew about it as well. And yeah, I think it's really overlooked because we haven't talked about it. We haven't talked about sound quality at all. I mean, the closest thing we've talked about sound is music and B-roll stuff. And we've never really talked about audio quality, and I'm another one guilty of that. A lot of my videos have very poor audio quality. This one right now that we're doing may not have that great audio quality. I really need to get a microphone. The microphone it's a microphone on the webcam, and it was great at first, but I don't know if it changed or my hearing changed or what, but I just don't like the sound of it. And I've used if I'm using my webcam like in a live stream, I'm starting to use going back to using my wireless, my Fi-Fi mic and my lapel mic more. Not as much as I should, but I mean, again, I'm the teacher, but I'm also learning.
I really like that Rode Mini that I use on that.
Mm-hmm.
It has good quality. And then the lapel mics, if we're doing like talking head stuff,
Yeah,
the lapel mics are always better,
right,
and you don't feel like you have to scream it at the mic across the room.
exactly.
And I mean, it's audio is so important that we also got a new camera. I won't tell you what kind of camera we got either because it's the same kind that you got. So I don't want to ruin your yeah.
Are you doing like a
Good deal.
video on that or something?
Well, I said I was going to do a video when I got a new camera a couple of weeks ago, but I'm getting ready to return that camera. I never made the video because I kept shooting video on it and I didn't like it.
Yeah, but it's so important that we upgraded to a camera that now has a mic jack because audio has been an issue in the past. And like you were talking about, Jerry, with the wind, it's just it's one of those little things that, for some people it might bug them, but I'm telling you, it bugs me probably more than it does anyone else. And that's enough for me to want to upgrade.
Well, that's what I was going to say because I think we're our worst critics.
Yeah.
And it's always nice to have another set of eyes or more that give you good constructive criticism or do an evaluation. But if it bugs me, I know it's going to bug the people watching it. So,
Yeah, and I think for the biggest thing I just forgot what I was going to say. Biggest thing is to remember what you were going to say.
Exactly.
Hi, this is Michael from Our Epic RV Adventure.
I'm actually Gary from Happy Place Diaries. Sorry, Happy Place Camping.
Oh, you accidentally got it right.
I actually got it right. But yeah, I'll say for us, Shelly and I, even before we started our YouTube channel, most of the time we would watch videos. We watch videos on our big screen TV in our house.
Yeah.
So we'd sit down, we'd watch it, and if we weren't doing that, we were watching it like on our phones with headphones in.
Yeah.
So we're either having it blasting through the house with the surround sound, or we'd have earbuds in. And so when you have that fluctuating sound, it's really annoying. And I know for a fact there's channels I have unsubscribed from in the past just because I couldn't handle the audio quality. That was yesterday. I unsubscribed from you yesterday. True story. I literally unsubscribed from him about a minute and a half before I was on his live stream. And I did it on purpose, caveat, because I wasn't getting notifications of when he drops videos or does lives, even though I had the bell rung. So I unsubscribed from him and resubscribed and turned on the bell again. The next thing you know, I'm getting notifications. Now the problem with that is now I don't have an excuse for not, watching this stuff and being this live. But it's all good. Yeah, take a deep breath. Take a deep breath.
Look at some of the comments down here.
Yeah, I was trying to follow that.
More Uranus comments than people want to know.
Well, Bill, did you get a new laptop yet? Just quick question. So we're gonna do a couple of channel reviews. Hitch Up and Tow is the first we're gonna do here in just a second, and once we get through that, we'll talk about we'll see if anybody else wants to do one.
John from RV Traveling MIA says he uses an app of Autophonic to level out his sound. Another good one that you could download and it's free. It's called Levelator, and you could drop all your sound in that, and it'll hit auto level and it'll just level out everything.
It's pretty cool.
Now the only problem with that is you need to make sure that your music and stuff, because it's going to, like if you start off with just vocal, it's going to level to that. So just kind of be aware of that, and maybe level out all of your, it's Michael, right? Like Michael was saying, if you're using an iPhone, if you're using different cameras and stuff, they have different audio levels. Drop all that into one of those apps, level out all your audio, and then add your music in a second layer or a third layer.
Good idea. I didn't even know stuff like that existed. So thanks, John. Appreciate you telling us that.
I was trying to find something with my name on it.
DaVinci Resolve to adjust audio. Castle Hive says they use, and Tress is transitioning to a fine mic.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, and I used to use DaVinci Resolve when we first started our YouTube channel. Fell in love with Filmora, but DaVinci Resolve was good.
Yeah. Never tried it.
All right, so
we're never heard of it.
So if there's any tips or tricks you have, class, for normalizing or leveling out your audio, please feel free to share it in the links with the rest of the class. The class clown just showed up, it looks like, Roy from Roy and Becky's Travels. So let's take a quick. It's a good thing I turned the volume off on that phone. I know, I keep turning the volume off and it keeps notifying.
Speaking of sound.
Yeah. It's all the way down. See?
Is that notification that one of Jerry's videos posting?
No.
No, it wouldn't be.
My tip is to listen to yourself before you upload. That's a great tip.
It is.
I rarely follow that tip, but I know I should. And again, I'm the epitome of a teacher. Don't do what I do what I say.
Well, I'm telling you, it is a little bit tedious, but after I think I am done editing a video, I go back and I watch the entire video before I upload it, and I've caught things before in there that I thought everything was good, and if I had not gone back and watched the whole video again before I uploaded it, there would have been some parts in there that were jacked up. And so it takes a little time, especially if you got a 15 to 20 minute video you're about to upload. You have to watch the whole thing, and you end up watching the thing about 6, 7, 8 times anyway, because you're watching this part to make sure it's good and make sure that transition's good. Then you go back and making sure everything's good several times. So the last thing you want to do at the end of all this long editing process is go back and watch the whole video again, but you should do it because you'll catch something that you probably missed before.
Yep. Okay, so let's transition over real quick to do a channel review with Hitch Up and Tow, our friends from the other side of the pond. Make sure I can actually see this. So while we're doing this channel review, please, I'll give you guys a couple of seconds to literally get a pencil if you want, a piece of paper. You can write some stuff down. If you take notes, obviously you can come back and watch this video as much as you want. If you don't quite understand it the first time around, You can rewatch the entire video as much as you want. I've made it royalty free. You guys can watch as much as you want. You can share it. You can. Oh, there we go. You got to like, subscribe, comment, and share. There you go.
Do all those things.
You can do all those things and
for free.
For free. Limited time though, so you need to hurry up.
Yeah.
Limited time offer. Do it for free. So we're gonna look at a hitch up and tow, and real quick, they're funny. Love watching their videos. So we're going to start at the top of the page, work the way down. And again, as usual, for the folks who may be new here, I'm looking at this in an incognito tab. That's what, and I'm not logged into YouTube, and that's on purpose. So when we look at this, we're looking at it as somebody who has never visited this channel before. And also, everything we say is we're just trying to give constructive criticism. We're not trying to hurt anybody's feelings. We're not trying to badmouth anybody. So when we say something that's good or we say something that's not so good, that's really what we mean. We're not trying to hurt it. Again, we're not trying to hurt anybody's feelings. And more importantly, we're not trying to, blow smoke up anybody's skirt either. It may not be politically, but whatever. If you
give somebody the Rona doing that.
That's true. If your channel is not that great, we're not going to say your channel's not that great, but we're going to lead you down that road to let you know your channel's not that great. We're not going to sit here and say you got the greatest channel that's ever been on YouTube when all of your videos stink. That's just not what we're going to do. That's being dishonest, and we're not going to be dishonest. And it doesn't do you any good anyway. So with that said, with that disclaimer said,
that was a major caveat, right?
Yeah, it was.
That was a long caveat.
So
it's all important stuff, though.
Yeah, because I always get hammered on one or all of those things.
Yeah.
So here we go. At the top, hitch up and tow. How come it's blue on yours and gray on mine?
It's gray on mine too.
I don't know. Maybe I get different backlighting on my laptop.
Oh, okay.
Could be.
Okay, so you've got here's the issue I have. Not really an issue, but you've got your Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube names over on the left hand side. That's kind of nice, but most people will expect that to be clickable when you have it look like that with the icons, and they're going to be over here like crazy trying to click, and nothing's clicking. And you already have all of that same stuff, or you should have all that same stuff in the lower right-hand corner.
Which you do, because you have Facebook and Twitter, and they're already on YouTube.
Right.
So that's all three. And so as to why it's over there, I'm not really sure. And so you don't need to put your name behind each one of those. I mean, you have your logo that says Hitch Up and Tow, so it doesn't need to say Facebook Hitch Up and Tow, Twitter Hitch Up and Tow.
I like the logo too, by the way.
But again, the clickable is plenty enough, and they know who you are because of the logo. And even if you do decide to keep that, you really don't need to keep the YouTube one at all because they're already on YouTube, so they already know you're on YouTube. I would put something on the cover photo. I put a photo in the background instead of just the color, just to be more eye-catching. But be careful when you do that. It looks like you already have like a background black edge around your lettering, which is good. So when you put a picture back there, those letters aren't going to get lost in a background. But I would put some kind of a picture back there, maybe you guys in your camper or a scenic background or something.
It's something that tells the story of what we're about to watch or what we're getting ourselves into.
Yeah, what are we signing up for when we sign up for your channel? So
yeah, I think in all this initial, and remember, that the expression, first impressions are the lasting ones. So if you're given that first impression of it's just kind of gray, it's not really telling me. And again, constructive criticism, feedback is a gift. That if you're telling me a story right off the bat and making it compelling and showing me your value proposition of maybe what I can expect by clicking on the videos, and we'll talk about thumbnails in a second, but yeah.
And I'll say, I don't think we've mentioned this before on our channel reviews,
that's Facebook.
But whatever other social media links you have, Facebook, Twitter, whatever, make sure they have current content in them. If you don't really do anything with your Twitter page, and I didn't look at your Twitter's page, so I don't know, but if you didn't do anything with your Twitter page, don't advertise you have a Twitter page.
Yeah.
Because people are going to go look at your Twitter page, they're going to see I don't know, your last update was a year ago. Oh, this is a dead channel. I'm not going to mess with that. And the easy way to keep your Facebook and your Twitter and even your Instagram current is whenever you drop a video, post a link on the other social media sites. That way there's traffic on all of those pretty much at the same time.
Correct me if I'm wrong on this. I would also be aware of your Facebook and your Twitter and whatever other social media, Instagram, that you're using those social media that are in line with each other. So if I click on your Facebook, I'm not going to your personal views on politics. I'm not going. I'm coming to you. In our case, we're RVers, so I'm coming to you looking for RV content.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to know, what your religious or political views are necessarily, or what your grandkids are up to. So we all have Facebook pages that are a business page that is nothing but our channel.
Right.
And then we have our personal pages too. But when you click on our YouTube link, it goes to Happy Place Diaries, our epic, Wayward Wags on Facebook and etc.
Yeah. One of the first things I do when I'm reviewing a channel, I click on those links to make sure that they are functional. I have done reviews on channels before where I click on their link and it's dead.
Yeah.
It doesn't work anymore. So every once in a while, there's a glitch that causes your links not to work. So every once in a while, just go back onto your channel and make sure all of your links are still working properly. And I will say, we're not going to get deep into the Facebook thing, but I will say for Hitch Up and Tow, you should go and get a business Facebook page and link that to your YouTube channel. It looks like it's a personal Facebook page.
When we say a business page, because you're not too familiar with Facebook, it's really just a page. It doesn't cost anything. So you don't have to have a registered business or anything like that. It's just a page, and you want a page. You can have a Facebook group too, but I'd highly recommend being careful with a Facebook group. And we're not going to get too deep. Like I said, we'll talk about Facebook another day. I would stick with a page and first, because you can always add a group.
Yeah.
But the page is the most. You control 100% what shows up on your Facebook page. You do not really control what shows up on your Facebook group. Yes, as an admin owner, you can delete posts that people make, but unless you're on it like that,
somebody's going to see it.
Somebody's going to see it, and somebody's going to screenshot it, and somebody's going to share it. The Matic Hippie brought up a good point. Use if that's IFTT is what that actually stands for, to hit all networks. Just Google it, and it's a bunch of applets that help automate things, not just YouTube related, but online stuff in general.
Yeah.
IFTT is great. It's a great resource.
And if you don't know how to do that, Hitch Up and Tow, just go onto YouTube and look up how to start a Facebook business page.
Yep.
It's pretty easy.
Yeah. So we've got, as we scroll down here, you have your subscribers, your number of subscribers public, and we will always recommend you leave it that way. Some people say make it private, and we've talked about this in the past, so I don't want to go down that road too deep today. But just like anything else we're saying, that we're giving you our opinions and also the opinions of the people we've learned from. Some of it is actually stuff that we've paid money to get that information from. That doesn't necessarily mean it's the 100% right. Because I'll be real honest with you, there is no 100% right answer on any of this.
No, not really.
Because you can find channels that have millions of subscribers that do absolutely the opposite of everything we're saying.
Yeah.
And they have millions of subscribers. But those are anomalies. There is a tried and true path to get to where you're going. And if you want to look at us and say, well, all you guys combined don't even have 10,000 subscribers. Okay. Yeah, it's a slow and steady pace if you want to win the game. Trust me. Unless you hit that one, when you hit that one video that's, that goes viral, that's related to what you're doing, so you can repeat that kind of content.
Yeah.
If you hit one of those, then you explode.
And I'll speak for myself that, there's an axiom in the military that the best way to learn a skill is to teach the skill.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And so
I learned a ton.
To sit here, especially with, two guys that have taught me so much that isn't working. I'm kidding. Uh, it's a way that we continuously try to step our game up too. So
Exactly.
and we're not going to tell you something that we're not trying or have tried or learned the hard way from.
And I guarantee you too, on that same note, everything we've said, if you tried it and it didn't work, there's just as many people that have tried it and it's worked better than it actually works for us.
And you get what you pay for.
Exactly, you get what you pay for.
But I mean,
if you want better content, you need to start paying the tuition.
Like everything else, I mean, you have to try and see what works for you. I mean, trial and error.
Mm-hmm.
Try it on your channel. If it doesn't work for you, try something else, and do what works. Yeah. Mimic what works.
So going on down here, you've got your intro video that's 25 seconds long. That's good. And it starts automatically playing. That's even better.
Yeah.
So when I went to this page originally, I heard your voice right off the bat. So I was already trying to figure out where that was coming from, what was going on, as a YouTube newbie kind of thing. And you've got here next to it a little bit about, real quick bullet points, a little bit about it, and so I think that looks good. So let's jump over to the about, and we'll scroll on down. Okay, real quick,
Checking that.
as I'm not looking,
Just checking the links.
You've got your email address in your description. The problem is nobody can click on it. They'd have to highlight it and copy and paste.
Yeah.
If you actually put it down, I think it goes in the details section. Then people, it's actually a clickable link people can click on and go for it.
Mm-hmm.
So that's one thing.
Unless, of course, you don't want emails.
Right.
Yeah. It looks like your links down here in the bottom work. They're the same links that you have in your thing. And we're talking about YouTube right now, so I don't want to get far off of that again. Like, we just talked a little bit about the Facebook, but same thing with your tip jar on your PayPal. When you click on that tip jar, you want to set up a PayPal account under your channel name.
Yeah.
So when I click on your PayPal link, it should say Hitch Up and Tow, not your name, because people, maybe it's subconscious, but when I click on it, it looks like, well, I'm just giving money to a person. I really don't,
Right.
But I want to give money to the channel,
Yeah. And for those of you who are wondering, how do you get those? We kind of glossed over it. How do you get those links in the bottom corner of the banner? Well, in the link section, whatever you put in the link section automatically shows up in that bottom right corner of the banner. And you just edit that page to add your links. It's just that easy.
Yeah, and you can do that with just going and hitting your customize channel button, and there's things that you go through to do that.
And that's pretty good. I mean, I'm looking at your description. I mean, you're talking about caravanning, or as the people on this side call it, RVing. But it's cool. I love the word caravanning. It just sounds so cool.
Yeah, I think we need to start just using that.
Well, caravanning also brings on for us at least on this side, the connotation of actually being in a group together and moving somewhere instead of being by yourself. So,
I like that idea.
Yeah, it's cool. Site reviews, including disabled person's feedback, product reviews, and some caravan chit chat. See, that's good. This is what we're doing. You come watch our stuff. This is what you can expect to see, and that's really and you're cut and dry. You didn't write War and Peace to get across the few points you wanted to get across.
Yeah, people aren't going to hang out on this section very long. They're not going to read something this long. They just want to know real quick and get back to watching your videos.
Okay, so let's go over to channels. Oh, look at that. Look at that.
Hey, look at that.
Okay, we highly recommend that you don't let anybody know who you subscribe to. And that's for a lot of reasons. We've talked about it a ton. But the bottom line is you want people to be on your channel like you're the only YouTube channel in YouTube land. Now, a lot of people say, well, I want to help other people grow, and that's cool, But I'm saying the goal, depending on your goals, if you want your channel to grow and you want it to be about your channel, then you need to, hide who you subscribe to from this channel. That when people click on here, they don't get options. They're stuck with you, for lack of a better term. And if you decide to, then
I would say if you're in different phases of your YouTube journey and you feel like you're at a spot where you're comfortable with your subscriber count and you want to help other channels, then you can promote those other channels by talking about them in your videos or putting links in the description of your videos, or on your homepage there's a suggested video, suggested channels list. But I really don't see the purpose of having anything in the, or letting anybody know who you're subscribed to, because I mean, yeah, we talked about it before.
Especially if you're subscribed to some weird stuff that's not related to your channel, because then you might turn some people off to your channel. Like, oh, he's got some great RV videos, but he's got this thing about cannibalism, and this other channel, about this and that. So, again, that goes back to keeping your political views and this and that on your personal stuff, and look at the YouTube channel as more of a business and presenting a different image. It's not lying. It's just that you're
being consistent.
You're being consistent. In Sonny's Place, we're going to talk about how to get your channel reviewed in just a second. So the next thing I want to hit on or go over to is we'll look on the playlists. Okay. Now, yes, let me jump over here real quick, because everybody says, because of what I'm getting ready to say, everybody always asks me why. Okay. Why do I need to create a play all list? Because if I go right here to uploads, there's a button that says play all. Right? So why do I need to create a playlist for all of my videos? Well, why should I there, Professor Dustin?
Well, because there's people who are going to want to, they're going to want to watch you from the very beginning. They're going to want to binge watch you from there. So the play all doesn't necessarily start you from the beginning. It could start you off from the last one that you watched.
I actually heard somebody say the play all doesn't even show up on the phone.
It might not.
I don't know. I heard that last week.
And because YouTube doesn't tailor your play all. So for example, we have videos that we don't want included in our play all, because if we do like a review on a camera, or a review on something really quickly, and maybe if we got somebody who's binge watching, they want to watch RV stuff, it's really not play all. It's ours is called start here to watch from the beginning, and so we put all of the videos that we want in our play all playlist.
Yeah.
Just remember, people are coming to YouTube to find something. They're either coming to be entertained, they're coming to look for information, they're looking for how to do something, or whatever. So by creating a specific playlist like camera gear or how to renovate or whatever it is in your niche, you're driving them to that content that they're looking for.
Yeah, mobile doesn't have the play.
Yeah. So and again, so you want that play all option, and then you want and you've done a good job of breaking down. You've got a lot of different playlists there, and that's cool. And there isn't a really right or wrong way of how to delineate your playlist. It's like, but you want them to be, if the playlist says product reviews, then obviously everything in there should be some sort of product review.
Yeah.
That kind of stuff. But get the play all, have everything in there. The goal really is to have each one of your videos should be in 2 playlists at least.
Yeah.
That's really the goal. And the cool thing is, somebody watches one of your videos and they're not really paying too close attention to it. They watched it all the way to the end. And then what happens? Next video spins up from your playlist that video is a part of. And now they're watching another video from you guys. Yeah. And then they're watching another one. The next thing you know, not only is Jed a millionaire, but you've got a lot of play. You've got a lot of watch time. You got a lot of views.
Or if you squirrel like I do, I'll be sitting there on YouTube and I'll squirrel.
Oh, I get down the rabbit hole.
Something else, And if I'm on
And it's just rolling.
if I'm on your playlist and I squirrel, your stuff just keeps playing, man.
Yeah, and I can forget about it. Next thing you know, you've got like 20 watch hours that you weren't expecting because I just ran your playlist without knowing it.
And I just learned how to make peanut brittle.
Exactly. And I don't even like peanut brittle.
Oh man, that's funny.
Hey, if you're not having fun at this, you're doing it totally wrong.
Yeah, that's the one thing we didn't start off saying. If you're not having fun doing YouTube,
Don't
stop.
Don't do it because it'll drive you absolutely bat crazy.
Because if you're doing it to try to make money, okay, first of all, you've got better odds at winning the lottery, even in places they don't even have. Even in places that the lottery is illegal, you have better chances of winning the lottery than making a lot of money on YouTube. So what you're going to get out of YouTube is what we've got right here.
Fun.
You get fun and friendship. That's what you're really going to get out of YouTube.
Yeah.
Whether it be with fellow creators or just people who find your channel and you start building a friendly, not creepy relationship with.
No, I tell you what, I've had a channel for almost 2 years now. Today is my favorite day at YouTube.
Yeah, it's
right now.
awesome. Just
This is exactly what
my
it is.
second favorite.
His first favorite was unsubscribe.
Okay, so now
I'm not joking, by the way.
let's look at your videos. We're not going to really play any.
I played one earlier.
Yeah, we played
watched-
some earlier.
watched some
Talking about it.
So we watched it.
Yeah, I do have a couple of notes on that. Just logistically, I would say add some end screens. The end screens are like suggested videos at the end of your video that pop up that are clickable, so people can click on those. Add a subscribe button at the end of your video, and this is all can be done in YouTube Studio when you're uploading your video.
Mhm.
And then we had also talked about hitch up and go, watch your audio levels.
Yeah.
That's what kind of got us talking about sound
Well,
earlier.
it wasn't on their videos. It was on an email I'd read while we were looking at their
I
videos.
thought,
But anyway,
watch your audio levels anyway.
yeah, watch them. And
Doesn't hurt.
we've recommended TubeBuddy a lot. TubeBuddy is a great tool, a free tool that can help you fill in the gap with these little things. And I'm just gonna real quick click on one of your videos. And I'm not gonna play it. Oh, I'm not logged in, so I'm using an incognito. Okay, so anyway, if you have TubeBuddy installed, when you're in YouTube Studio, and again, I'm talking about on your computer. If you don't have a computer and you really want to be but you want to be serious about YouTube, you really need a computer.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be anything fancy. Anything that's sold at a retail outlet, any computer today, laptop, not Chromebook.
Don't
not
get a Chromebook.
Chromebooks are great, but not for YouTube.
Yeah.
But you get any computer, $200 or whatever, it'll do whatever you need to do for 99% of YouTube and honestly for everything. My computer cost $300. I bought it like 5 years ago.
Yeah, the reason we said no Chromebook is Chromebook does not allow a lot of the features that you need for YouTube.
Yeah. So and basically Chromebook is a big Android phone, so Filmora is not going to work on it.
No.
And a lot of other programs aren't going to work on it. But the biggest reason I say it too is because YouTube Studio and the YouTube app on your phone, no matter what you have, iPhone or Android or whatever, they don't have all the features that YouTube Studio on a laptop, on a desktop screen has. So you really need to have that computer so you can upload your videos. You can go into YouTube Studio on your computer, get TubeBuddy installed for free, and then TubeBuddy will sit there and tell you your title's too long, your title's too short. You need to add more keywords. Here's some suggested keywords. Here's some more tags, and just on and on and on. Here's add end screens. Click this link if you want to add end screens. Here's how you do cards, and it just helps. It doesn't necessarily automate, but man, it really helps a lot. It literally gives you a checklist with a check mark or an X. Here's the list, and they're all best practices on your YouTube videos.
Yeah, and I wish that it was simpler to YouTube. I wish that you could just get on, record a video, and publish it on YouTube, and there was some way that YouTube could say, hey, this is great content, I'm going to share it, or this sucks and I'm not. But the way that YouTube can tell whether it's good or not is how you build that in the background with your descriptions, your titles, your tags, and all that craziness that it takes and pulls in to its machine and says, now it has checked all the marks. I'm going to share this out to the masses.
And Nomadic Hippie said he's been using this Chromebook for 2 years. Okay, now when we say that you can't use a Chromebook, we're saying that for most people. I know I could use a Chromebook if I wanted to, because I'm tech savvy enough to do that, and I know you are too. So for a lot of people, they're just not tech savvy or patient. I'm definitely not patient.
Yeah.
To go and try to find the app to do this or that.
And a lot of the editing software, you would have to find workworkarounds.
Yeah.
For the Chromebook.
Yeah. So while it's possible, it's not recommended.
So the other thing, when you talk about tools for scoring your video, there's also vidIQ. I don't want to leave them out. And they've got some nifty tools. I use the free version of vidIQ, and I use the what's the version of TubeBuddy? I think I have the pro version.
Yeah.
Or whatever the second one, the lowest paid one.
Yeah.
But I use both because there's things that TubeBuddy does that vidIQ, and then there's things that vidIQ does that you don't get with TubeBuddy, like the overall score, which I absolutely love with vidIQ. So just kind of play with it. They're free. You can pay if you want. I don't pay for vidIQ.
No, I got the free version also.
Right. Yeah. So.
Okay. Cool.
Anyway, just food for thought.
Yeah, and the other thing we were talking about for Hitch Up and Tow is the thumbnails, and you can go back and look at some of the earlier Tech Talk Tuesdays that we did. We've talked so much about thumbnails. It looks like you're using one of the suggested thumbnails from YouTube, because you get like a 3 or 4 to choose from. Looks like you're just clicking on one of those. I would recommend clicking on one of those. Get you some kind of software where you can. And now they do suggest good thumbnails for the background, but you still need to add your own titles, or something that's going to get people to click on that. It has to be a reason to click on it besides the title.
Yeah,
it's got to catch their eye. So get your own font that you like, get your own color scheme that you like, the size of font that you like, and take that image off of your suggested spot from YouTube and then make it your own.
Yeah, and some suggestions too is go look at Wayward Wags. Look at his thumbnails. Nomadic Hippie's got some great thumbnails too. Don't look at mine. I'm still trying to figure it out. And Happy Place Camping also has some really good thumbnails.
Happy Place Camping has some really good thumbnails.
This is a running joke, and it's never going to end. I just FYI. I'm not making fun of Happy Place Camping at all. I'm just making fun of him.
Do you see the question from Forever? Let's change the subject.
Yeah, Windows 7 should be fine. Whatever you're trying to download, whatever software you're trying to download, just make sure it says it'll work with Windows 7.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a Mac guy, so I can't answer that.
I have an HP. You can't see it because my Wayward Wag sticker is covering my HP symbol, but
I got Whataburger covering up my HP symbol.
All you need to do is see the Cubs logo, and that's all you need to see.
There you go.
So I hope that was some good feedback for you.
Yeah.
Mark.
And
is Tim in here?
No, I haven't seen.
Okay.
So I'm going to. So with that said, let's pause from the channel reviews just for a moment. Cool. So if anybody wants a channel review right now in all caps, just type the word channel review, and we'll tee some up. And let's talk about a few other things. Like right now, it's raining here.
Yeah. And
it's going to be raining here for the next 5 days, 6 days, something crazy. So what do you do? Because we're trying to figure this out so you can help us out.
Yeah.
What do you do if you go someplace and you plan to do a lot of filming, especially if you're doing like a meetup with somebody or a collaboration video with another channel? What are you going to do? What do you do if it's raining the whole time? Okay, Sunny's Place, we got you. We'll get you teed up here. We'll start doing your review in just a second?
I think you just go live.
I think you just go live. So we may be doing live, I don't know, 20, 30, no, like 80 hours.
Yeah.
Just roll.
Yeah.
It's
The meetup cam.
the meetup cam.
As long as we can open that.
Yeah.
No, we can't go live and do that
So I have a tip.
because I'll lose all my subscribers.
I have a Tech Talk Tuesday tip, which I mentioned in a video that we just shot on a location that does not allow you to shoot video for commercially. And what commercially means is if you're going to make money from it, you cannot shoot there. I'm not going to tell you what location we were at, but a lot of these places that you go to, they'll say you cannot shoot here commercially. So did we still video there? Yes, we did. And we took pictures where they said we couldn't video. We can still take pictures. We did that. And we are going to put those videos and those pictures on YouTube. But the only thing is we have to demonetize that video, which means we cannot make any money from it. You can still show it. So if you go to a place that says you can't shoot here commercially, you can still shoot. You can still upload it to YouTube. Can't make money from it.
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't mean you can't gain subscribers from it. It doesn't mean you can't gain watch time from it. You can't gain any money from it.
Right.
So even if you are a channel who is not monetized, be careful where you're shooting and what you're uploading to YouTube, because when you do become monetized, you'll forget that you shot that video, and then you'll get a copyright hit saying you're not supposed to show this stuff to make money, because it automatically starts running ads on all of your videos when you become monetized. So if you have something that's not supposed to be shot commercially, go back, demonetize those, even if you're not monetized. Click when it says monetized, click no, because that will carry over to when you do become monetized.
I don't think you have the option. When
You don't have the option?
Nope.
Okay, so when you do get monetized,
I can check that right now.
yeah, when you do get monetized, you will have to go back to those videos, go back into your YouTube studio, and demonetize those videos.
Yeah. So probably the best thing to do is in a very safe and conspicuous place, you need to keep a running list of any places or any videos that you upload that has material like he's talking about, where you can shoot it for personal, private use, but you can't shoot for commercial use. And on that same note, drones.
Yeah.
You have to have a. Oh yeah, sorry. I almost left studio. This is one thing I learned a while back, and it's still true. Yes, I have a DJI Mavic Mini, and it's light enough to where it's not required to have a license to fly it in the United States. But any video you shoot on a drone for commercial purposes, in other words, you're making money off of or attempting to make money off of, you need to have a license, regardless of the size of the drone. Now, a lot of people don't realize that, but I read it right out of the FAA rules. Not some guy told me that he heard it from, it's not one of those Ferris Buellers. I heard it from, Johnny's brother's sister's second cousin that, Ferris passed out at 31 Flavors last night. No, I read it myself with my own two bad eyes on the FAA Part 107, website. So you got to have a license if you want to commercialize or profit from any drone footage you shoot, regardless of the size of your drone. So you might as well get your Part 107 and get the DJI Phantom or Air. Might as well.
Or Spark.
It's only money. No, Spark's small though.
I got the little guy.
I had the Spark.
Yeah, the Spark.
Yeah.
So, with that said, just be careful. And again, are you going to get caught? Probably not. But if you do get caught, it can be expensive. So just something to keep in mind as it continues to rain harder here.
Yeah, it's picking up.
I am glad the campground we're in, it's not paved, but at least it has rocks everywhere. So we're not tromping through mud.
Yeah.
That'll be tomorrow.
Yeah. At the farm.
At the farm. And so if anybody had any questions, we're going to do a couple more channel reviews in just a second. I just want to give everybody a break. So drop in again, tech, YouTube, whatever related question. throw them in there. We can answer them. I will say a couple of things. If you do buy a new camera, again, as always, for those of you who have watched me for a long time, I'm all about I'll just say it's cheap. I'm not even going to say inexpensive or frugal. Cheap.
Yeah.
The Faux Pros, the $10 tripods, and all that stuff. I'm all about those. The $20 mics versus the $90,000 mics.
Yeah.
But if you're going to buy a camera, no matter what camera it is you buy, GoPro, a Canon M50, and I'm not giving away any hints. I'm hints about what I have. I'm just happen to be looking at a Canon M50 right now that belongs to Jerry, and everybody already knows I have a GoPro, so no secrets given away there. Buy extra batteries.
Yeah.
Look at the camera, because a lot of these cameras, well, just like my drone. When I bought the drone originally, I bought the drone, and then after I bought it and it came in the mail, I've come across the GoFly kit.
Yeah.
And the GoFly kit has the separate battery charger, and 2 extra batteries. Because I didn't really realize, or I did and forgot, most likely that one. You only get about 15, 20 minutes of flying time on a battery.
Fast.
And then the battery takes like a day, I think it's like 3 or 4 years to the charge.
Yeah.
So
extra batteries and extra SIM cards are.
And then I looked and I was like, well, crap.
SD cards, not SIM cards.
I'll just go buy extra batteries. But when you go look at buying extra batteries for any of this stuff, they're expensive. And usually they don't come with a charger. And the charger, if you can find a charger, costs just as much as a stinking battery.
Yeah, I bought 2 extra batteries for my M50.
Yeah.
And I found them on Amazon, and they came with a 2 battery charger.
Yeah.
And it was the cheapest way to go. But I tell you, they tell you get about 2.5 hours per battery. No, you don't. If you're constantly, that, and I'm not an electrician or anything, but turning it on and off, I guess that powering up, because I'll suck through a battery in an hour.
Exactly. So look to see if whatever you're buying has, and they all call different names. Like for a camera, usually they'll say it's a vlogger's kit or something catchy like that. And it'll have extra batteries or maybe a mini tripod or something like that with it. Or with the DJI line of drones, I think they're all called the GoFly kits for whatever drone you buy. And that includes extra batteries. Actually, the GoFly kit, the GoFly, GoFly kit. Try saying that 3 times fast. I can't even say it once. Actually came with a case.
Oh, cool.
So it came with a molded case that holds all of it.
Yeah,
You say.
I got that with my Spark too. I got the GoFly.
And it's right in that cabinet. It's right there. See? Now you can't see because the door's closed. But
it is very convenient.
Yeah.
To have it all in one shot.
So spend the extra money and buy the extra batteries, because you're going to get really upset when you're filming and your battery dies the first time you use your camera, and the battery dies after 20 minutes or whatever, and you just got to wherever you're at.
Yeah.
And so your camera's toast for the rest of the afternoon. So get more. Oh, Fly More kit. That's right, Hippie. See, Hippie always keeps me straight when he's on here. Thanks, buddy. GoFly kit. GoFly. Forget it. I'm going to let it. Listen to what Hippie said, not me.
Yeah.
There we go.
But there are some things that you can cheap out on, and some things you absolutely cannot cheap out on. If you're going to use a standalone camera, you're going to have to spend some money. Now, there's lots of phones out there that have great quality, and you can shoot just fine on a phone. But if you're going to have a camera, if you spend $200, you're going to get a $200 shot. It's not going to be great. You're going to have to spend some money to get a good camera.
Exactly. So let's go ahead and jump into Sonny's Place, which again, that's new to me. I think never heard of Sonny's Place. So welcome to school. My only advice to you is if Roy and Becky's in here, go check out their channel, but don't listen to anything Roy says because he's a troublemaker. I'm just kidding. Roy's a great guy. And if I click on the right thing, I'll actually be able to share your site with everybody. There we go.
Well, I like it right away because she's
Yeah,
wearing
she's
an
wearing
army,
an army
shirt.
shirt,
So.
so she got that
Oh,
going for her,
jeez.
so that's good.
Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. All right. Starting from the top. And I don't, if I remember, I don't think you came, I think you came in. So, before we did the other channel review. So I think you heard everything we said about the other channel review with Hitch Up and Tow. And for the sake of expedience here, we're not going to really rehash in detail. And again, I invite you, and I'm not trying to be funny, but I invite you to go back and look at the video from the beginning and just take notes and move on. I actually like that background.
I really like it.
I really like that. It's a really. Did you take that picture yourself? I'm just curious because I love that picture.
It goes good with the theme of the channel.
Actually, I like the whole thing here with the fonts.
It is nice.
That looks.
You got a schedule on there, which I'm always a fan of. Some kind of a schedule.
Yeah.
I
like how she put that too. Brunch live Fridays.
Yeah.
That's cool. Different. It's different. Instead of live stream every Friday, you threw something out. You threw a little curve, and the little curve is what catches people's eyes. And catches people's attention.
And weekly videos of our growing of our growing adventures.
Right, because it's gardening, DIY.
That's cool.
DIY.
That's cool. I got what she was doing there. I got.
Yeah, this whole thing is really well done.
Yeah.
Really well done.
And the you can't see it because the big subscribe button's popped up there, but it does autoplay. Now your intro video is almost 5 minutes long.
That's long.
It's a trailer. Now think movie trailer. And when I say movie trailer, think movie trailer in the theater before the main feature starts. Not movie trailer on a TV commercial. So think a minute, well, about 45 seconds to maybe 2 minutes. You think is max?
Yeah, probably.
Because nobody's going to watch it all the way to the end unless it's really, really interesting content. And you don't really want that. You want something quick that grabs people's attention to know who you are about and what your channel's about. And again, if anybody's commenting and asking questions to us right now, we can't see the comments. So I apologize. You have a bunch of playlists here on your main page. That's good. That's one thing we skipped on Hitch Up and Tow because he didn't have any playlists on his homepage. You have a lot of playlists. I'm just going to click on the playlist button real quick to see what's going on there. Do you have an all playlist? That's the only thing I'm searching for. You do not. Okay. Well, hopefully you heard us talk about the all playlist, so you know.
Yeah.
But I'm liking what I see here so far. We'll jump over to the about section. Sonny's Place, 11-acre homestead in rural Missouri.
Missouri, yeah. All right. Army and Missouri. That's two.
Oh, shut up.
So I kind of back at the homepage, but it's also on the about. With your trailer video, you've got a good description.
Oh yeah, I missed that.
Over on the side.
Yeah. And
the way that I've been tutored to do this is imagine it like a newspaper. The things that are important need to be above the fold, right? Yeah. And you've done that, and then you've got this really cool click show more for info. It catches your eye, and it makes me want to click it.
Yeah.
Right. And so there it is.
Click it.
I did. And it's right here.
It takes you to
you right to the video.
And you see her wearing an army shirt.
And you can see the full description. So
yeah, it's really, really well done.
Yeah.
Well put together.
It is. Well, I clicked on one of the videos to go into it. I'm in the cleaning up our greens bed. That's a long title they got going on there. I would get on to vidIQ or to TubeBuddy if you don't have one of those and get some suggestions on how you can get the same good keywords in your title, but not as long of a title. And
okay, we got a caveat for a second because I just went back and I was able to see some comments. Mr. Roboto, Shelly didn't make a cake, but she did make the brown buttered bourbon chocolate chip cookies with cinnamon infused bourbon.
They're right over there.
And they're right there.
I've been staring at them the whole time we've been sitting here.
And they're actually made from the cinnamon infused bourbon that was at the distillery that I broadcast the Tech Talk University from. I guess was it last week or week before? Week before, I don't know. But when I did the remote location at a distillery, they had good Wi-Fi there too.
Yeah.
So I'm looking at your videos real quick. Again, we haven't actually had a chance to actually run one of your videos really, but
I did open one up, and just to get
Yeah, I'm
a
looking at
first
this one, too.
glance, you do have your watermark, which is good for people to subscribe to it. I'll talk about the card for a second, and that's in the. I'm on this video right here.
you're on that one. Hang on. Let me bring it up so everybody can.
So as soon as you open this up, there's a card, which is the little I button on the top right.
Yeah.
And what a card is designed for is for if you're in your video and you're talking about something and you want to reference something that you've already talked about or done before on like a whole video on, you'll say, hey, if like, for example, if I'm out vlogging and I'm talking about a certain kind of a camera, I say, well, I actually did a whole video on that earlier. I'll leave a card up here so you can go back and look at that. I wouldn't run a card through your whole video. It's just more opportunities to click off. And I really would not put a card in until toward the end of a video in any circumstance, because let's say if you run a card if you're running the first 30 seconds and people click off, if they click on that card, it takes them away from that current video. And if they've watched less than 30 seconds of that video, it doesn't even count as a view. You don't even get it counted as a view. If they click off after the 30-second mark and it's still really close to that 30-second mark, now you got the view, but it kills your analytics because someone clicked off almost immediately is what it looks like. So then your watch time is not good, and so YouTube's not going to suggest that. So if you're going to use cards, I would strategically use them for specific purposes to get them to go watch one of your other videos, and I would do it late in the video that you're embedding it into.
So Dustin talked about title length. There's two camps here. There's one camp that says you should keep your title short. There's one camp that says stretch that puppy out.
Yeah.
Here's what I would say. Because vidIQ will tell you to shorten it.
Yeah, vidIQ and TubeBuddy are like this.
And
but
TubeBuddy will tell you
you
need more words in there. What I would suggest, I'm looking through all of your videos. Thumbnails are good. They're very consistent and all that stuff. But looking at your titles, you get long titles on all of them. See how that's performing for you.
Yeah. So my suggestion is the same suggestion that I give for video length. I give the same suggestion for title length. Make the title as long as it needs to be to get your point across, and that's it.
Yeah,
sure.
Real quick too, on you got your branding. I think is what YouTube calls down here, where you can click on it to subscribe. Here's the thing, though.
People don't know.
People don't know at all. They see your logo down there, and they're like, okay, that's cool. They got their video watermark somehow.
Yeah, it's like a watermark. Yeah.
Yeah, and if they're not subscribed to your channel, they don't know. Nobody's going to hover their mouse over there hardly. And what you see a lot of YouTube channels do, instead of putting their channel logo there, they'll put something, because it's small. So you're really limited on real estate in that corner. They'll put like a YouTube thing with a
logo.
Well, actually, look at the video you're watching right now with mine. I've got a big white square box, and it's as big as you can be, and it's got a mouse pointer, and it's actually a YouTube subscribe button that I found on the Google. I did a Google search for YouTube subscribe button, and I found that, and I put it on there, and that's what my that's what's on all my videos, because now it kind of draws attention, and when people will move their mouse over there, and hopefully they will subscribe and like and share.
Yeah.
And
I just noticed that you have a website in the description of your video, and you don't have it as a link in your cover photo.
Mm-hmm.
So you should definitely do that. If you have a website and you're trying to promote your website too, you should have that up in your cover photo. And was it in your about page? Or
no, I don't think so.
You could put a link to your website in your about page also.
And on a slightly squirrel moment, after this, I'm gonna watch this live you did from 3 weeks ago about simple huevos rancheros with farm fresh eggs. I'm all about that. I'm gonna watch that, and hopefully I'll let my wife Shelly watch it, and hopefully she'll say, you know what?
Let's do it.
Let's do that. Let's
Maybe that's what we'll have to go back for.
That's breakfast. Because I love that stuff.
Oh.
You want to handle that one? You want to handle that one, Jer?
Which one? Right here.
How do you get a PayPal account? You don't. No, you just I'll walk you through that. Or maybe you can contact Happy Place Camping.
Yeah.
I'm joking because they're in the room.
Yeah, they're in the room. And the joke is, because they weren't in here when we were talking about it, the joke is I keep calling him Happy Place Camping. Maybe intentionally, maybe not, instead of Happy Place Diaries. But I've got a TBI, so I got an excuse to lean on, if nothing else. But
Teresa wants you to show her.
No.
Okay.
I would say also Sonny's Place. We talked about it a little bit before, but on your homepage, you do feature some other channels. It's a personal preference, but for me, I think it gives the viewer an opportunity to click off of your page and go to someone else's. I would say once you get monetized or once you get to a comfortable place at your subscriber count where you're good with people clicking off, but while you're trying to grow to that number that you're trying to reach, I would say take those featured channels off and take away those opportunities for viewers to click off of your channel. And then later on, once you get to whatever you feel like is your success mark, put those back on there, if you want to help other people out. But for right now, help yourself out.
I'm actually not going to look at this channel anymore at all, because now I've got the authentic carne asada here. And we didn't even eat lunch.
No, we're starving over here.
Well, the thing that I noticed about the channels tab is that you are showing future channels, and none of us are on there. So,
I mean, come on. But as you guys can see on the screen, I'm looking at the DIY ladder planter. I think is one of the better thumbnails you have, because you've got an expressive face in it, which YouTube loves. YouTube loves to see the expressive face, and you've got the words around. It's simple, it's easy to read, and I like that. And if I look at that video, whoa, look at the views on that video compared to every other video around it.
Yeah, and so if you sort yours,
the second row.
If you sort yours by your most popular and your least popular,
right.
Oh yeah.
Like your most popular is the simple DIY nest boxes, because you have the great information, and it's the same thing. You have what you're talking about in there. You're smiling. You're right there in it. Yeah, you're doing good on your. But you just got to get. And I haven't looked at your tags and all that stuff, but make sure you're getting that triple hit. So the same keywords that are in your title are also in your tags and also in your description. You want them all three places every time. That's going to tell YouTube exactly what you're talking about and exactly which viewers to push your video to.
Yeah, and yeah, your nesting box is killing it. But look at what you did in that video and what you can translate into other videos, as far as maybe shooting style, how your thumbnail looks, keywords, tags. Look at all that stuff and see what can translate from that video to other videos. And for those of you who don't know, the whole PayPal thing with Teresa just a second ago, that's the wife. That's Mrs. Happy Place Diaries. That's why we said we weren't going to do anything, and he would show her later.
So I would say judging off of everything, excluding the content, because I haven't watched in depth any of these videos yet. But I'd say aesthetically, this is a good channel. Right. I am
kind of blown away, actually, to be real honest with you. I can't get over that banner on the top. That's really good.
Yeah, I love the way the text, the logo, all of this just really works nice.
Yeah. I think what the thing you're missing is the consistency. Without looking at a lot of your videos, is the consistency in your thumbnails. You really want to put out a consistent. So if somebody looks at a YouTube's, YouTube.com, and they see a bunch of videos, spread all over the place, or they're watching a video and there's a bunch of suggested videos on the right-hand side, you want your thumbnail to stand out. It doesn't have to be the number one, but it has to be one that stands out, where people know that, yeah, this is this person's video, this person's channel. So you really want to make sure you've got a consistent theme in your thumbnails. The layout looks very consistent all the way through.
Yeah, and because some of yours have just your channel logo, and there's a couple that just have the words and no channel logo. You don't have to use a channel logo. We don't use a channel logo on our thumbnails, but I would just say also keep in mind to stay away from that bottom right hand corner, because that's where the timestamp is, and you have a couple of your.
She's a graphic web designer by day.
Oh, that's why it looks so
no
good.
wonder. Well, why don't you come help me out? I need some help with my stuff. Instead of asking me to help you.
But yeah, stay away from that bottom corner. That's what a timestamp is. So you don't want any of your words on your thumbnail to get hidden by that timestamp.
Yeah, and real quick, I'm just going to answer this question about the expressive face that Mr. Roboto said. That explains some of the thumbnails you sometimes see on RV channels. It's not an RV thing. It's actually a YouTube thing. I mean, and Jerry and I were in this. I keep wanting to call it training, but it was really an infomercial with a little bit of training thrown in a couple of weeks ago, and that was the biggest thing that they said. It was actually a representative from vidIQ was talking about thumbnails, and this is what he said. I totally agree. He's like, YouTube loves the expressive, the over-exaggerated animated faces.
You feel dumb making them.
And what the guy said, was, I don't want to do it because I think it looks stupid, but I got to do it because I want my videos to perform.
Yeah,
I haven't got there yet.
We haven't done it.
I'm trying to put Talon. I'm trying to get Talon, and well, Talon's way off camera. Talon's laid out here on the floor underneath their feet.
This is the opposite of an expressive face.
Yeah.
right. Yeah, but YouTube does. They like the overexpressive. They like, the duck mouth. I mean, it's just, I don't know. It's hard for me to do it. I can't.
Yeah.
Well, and here's another comment real quick. It should have been 4 people on the screen right now, 4 guys on the screen, but one kind of other priorities.
Yeah.
So not naming names, not calling anybody out. All right. So does that mean do away with
Ahoy, matey.
graphic thumbnails and add my ugly face to each one? It doesn't have to be your face. I mean,
yeah.
And I don't do expressive faces on our thumbnails. But I'll do a screen. I try to find. I'll pull a screen grab of our faces or Talon. And there's some new folks in here. So those of you who don't know, Talon is my service dog, and she's laying at our feet right now. Actually, keeping my left foot warm at least. So I try to, because kids, dogs, expressive faces. Not necessarily in that order, probably the top 3 that grab people's attention when looking at thumbnails. So I personally don't do the expressive ones, but I say they do work. Actually, when you stopped that video, it was expressive.
Yeah.
But they work. I mean, it's just me personally. I just, I don't know. I'm too shy, I guess, is the best way to put it.
So I'll say I was talking about the triple word, and I was just checking on the DIY nesting boxes, and you have the simple DIY nesting boxes for the chicken coop is your title, and you have a couple of those words in your description. You want it to be word for word, exactly what it says in your title needs to exactly go word for word into your description, needs to exactly word for word go into a tag when you tag the video. And this is your best performing video. So had you hit those 3, YouTube would have suggested this more, and it would be watched even more. And you can go back and do that in YouTube Studio.
Yep, you can change that. And why do you need to? Why is it important? Why does YouTube promote it more if you have those things repeated constantly?
Well, YouTube has mega computers that analyze every viewer's activity and everything they do, everything they search for, everything they're watching, all that good stuff. So basically, that's telling YouTube which viewers to share your video with. And that way, if you got 3 different things in 3 different places, YouTube's like, well, maybe I'll try to share it with this one. I don't know, maybe. But if you have DIY nesting boxes, chicken coop, DIY nesting boxes, chicken coop, DIY nesting boxes, chicken coop, everybody on YouTube that's searching for that, YouTube's going to share it with all of those people for sure, because they know that they're going to watch it.
I'm watching that.
I need to
Carne
do more of
asada
that.
video.
I need to get better at doing that.
Yeah, me too. So I think that was the last piece on that one.
Yeah, good channel.
Yeah.
I like it.
Good job. Now, again, we didn't click on your Instagram or your Facebook and all that stuff. We'll probably do that in a future tech talk. We'll actually talk about because there are other social media platforms. We're stuck on YouTube because YouTube probably seems to be the most pain in the butt to deal with usually.
It is.
And it's the one where the money comes from.
It is, yeah.
If any.
If any. Yeah.
If any. And again, what you do. I'm going to click out of that. Make sure we cover everything. Yeah, I think we did. Yeah, just get that all playlist going, and
Yeah, our pleasure, Sonny. Hope it helped.
yeah.
And thank you for your service, or if you're wearing a shirt from your spouse, or if both of you serve, thank you for your service and sacrifice. We appreciate it.
But if neither of you serve and you had an army and you just have an army shirt, I can help you out upgrading the wardrobe to a better branch of the service. Instead of Gramps over here.
What's that?
Instead of Gramps over here. I mean, you guys are the grandpa service.
Yeah.
That's right.
We figured this out a couple of days ago when it was the Army's birthday. Jerry and I were kind of going back and forth. And I was like, well, I guess, because the Air Force the Army is the parent of the Air Force. Well, now the Air Force has begotten the Space Force, which makes the Army grandparents. That means they're old and kind of smelly.
245 years old.
It's a lot of smell.
You know what I'm saying?
Awesome.
Okay, Mr. Roboto wants to know how Visible is working out for me. Visible is working out great. And for those of you who don't know what Visible is Visible is a subsidiary of Verizon. And
she wears it to honor her nephew.
Oh, perfect. That's awesome.
Yeah.
And Visible, go to visible.com, or better yet, go to my channel and look at my 2 videos on the Visible phone. And that's what we use for internet in the RV, usually. And it works great. I've been using it since December now, so I've been using it about 7 months. Love it. I pay $25 a month for unlimited everything, no limits, no caps, and most importantly, no contracts. But it only works on the Verizon network, so there's no roaming or anything like that. So that's the one downside. Yeah, I know.
Sold. I'll take 2.
But
sign me up. I have AT&T.
Exactly. But we're not using it right now because we're in one of those unicorn campgrounds that actually has really good Wi-Fi.
And the
Right
router,
there.
And one of the 4, there's at least 4 antennas in this park.
Yeah.
In this little park, there's at least 4 antennas, and one of them is right there.
This park looks way better
in person
than it does on the Google.
Yeah, it does. It does. So, yep. Thank you for asking about Rajin's in here. Hey, Rajin, how you guys doing?
Hey.
Full-time dream to show. I don't know. I need to stop saying hello to people because I miss people, and I already said in the beginning I wasn't going to say hello to people. So real quick, we are at the end. We've technically done our Vets United fundraiser. It's over.
Yes.
We did do a small extension last night for those of you who watched Happy Place Diaries live stream until 8 o'clock tonight Eastern time.
Yep, we still got
so you got
2 hours,
a little over 2 hours. So send him money. You can PayPal it to his PayPal. Go to any of his videos, right?
Yeah,
or is it on your
Go to last night's live.
Yeah, go to last night's live on his. Watch the entire thing with sound on. No, I'm sorry. But there's a link to his PayPal account.
So go
and donate whatever you want. But until 8 o'clock tonight, and after that That's the cutoff, hard cutoff. We gotta write the check. We have the check.
We have the check.
We just gotta fill in the amount. And tomorrow afternoon, we're gonna give that check to Terry at Vets to Vets United. We're all gonna cry. We're all gonna hug. But most importantly, we're all gonna eat barbecue.
Yes.
And
Are you gonna cry?
probably okay.
yeah, and Runaway RV Nesters. How do you get TubeBuddy? TubeBuddy.com. It works on Google Chrome only. So it's a Chrome extension. So you have to
if you
have
got
Chrome.
Firefox or something.
Or if you go back and watch last night's live, go to the description where you find the PayPal account. I have an affiliate thing with TubeBuddy. Click right there and I'll take you right there.
There you go.
I'm just saying.
You have an affiliate with Visible?
You did
Yeah.
the thing.
You
with
sold it
Visible.
really well.
I did.
You did. I was impressed. I mean,
You have no idea
Hey,
how many
look.
times I've said that. You have no idea. I can't even remember my
we
own
don't because
name,
we don't watch.
but I know. Well, Full-Time Dream says he can't watch. Full-Time Dream says he cannot watch your live, or he will lose people.
Oh.
Oh,
Every time I watch Jerry's videos, I lose subscribers.
thanks, buddy. I appreciate it.
I'm getting T-shirts with that made on it, with the Happy Place Diaries logo.
On the back is just to say, call Bob.
Oh man, that's funny.
So
Oh,
in all
man.
seriousness, you have until 8 o'clock tonight to finish
Hey,
up.
thanks very much, everybody. We'll have a nice day.
Raging, I don't know if it's Eastern North Carolina or Western North Carolina barbecue because we're
gonna
in
be good,
we're in the
though.
Durham
Yeah.
area, so it could go either way. So it could be the Lexington style or Eastern North Carolina. I like both, but I'm an Eastern North Carolina boy. I was born and raised in Eastern North Carolina, so I hope it's Eastern North Carolina barbecue. But we'll find out tomorrow.
Ricky, shut up.
We can do much more last time.
Put that up.
All right, so
Hey, you know why? You know why, Ricky? Because he was sitting next to me. That's
I was
why.
one of them. So after tomorrow afternoon, late afternoon, sometime, we haven't decided if we're going to do it. We're going to. Oh yeah, we already decided. Didn't we?
Yeah,
We're going to do a quick live,
Real quick.
like 5-10 minutes tops, and we're going to
Don't
announce.
tell how much crying there's going to be.
That's true.
Yeah.
And we're going to announce all the final totals, the top 2 donors, if they choose to have their names shared. And we'll probably roll a couple of quick clips from the check presentation, some stills or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
But the live will be on our Epic RV Adventure only, right? And what we decided? Oh,
No.
No, wait a minute. Whose idea was this?
it's actually going to be simulcast.
Yeah.
It's going to be simulcast across all 3 channels.
Yeah.
So what we need you to do is make sure you have 3 tabs open on the browser of your choice, and
Audio up on one.
audio up on our Epic RV Adventure.
Because it doesn't matter.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's gonna be on all. So
it'll be on all 3. Now, honestly, I don't care which one you bring it up on, as long as just bring it up. We're going to have another channel join us with a check presentation tomorrow. Thankfully, one of the channels on the back.
Yeah.
And
Damn, I just lost 2. No, I didn't.
and what time? We don't know.
Well,
Time what?
What time we're going to do the live?
Well, we're wrapping up over there at 4 Eastern.
Right.
We'll probably go and grab some well, I don't know. We're eating late there, so I don't know. We'll come back here. It's about a 45-minute drive back here, and we got to get set up and ready, especially if we're going to be showing some stills.
We'll throw up a thumbnail, so it'll give you a 30-minute warning at least.
Yeah, we'll at least
So
do that.
make sure you have the bell with all selected for all 3 channels, and that way you'll know when we go live. And if somebody else is, and I know there might be somebody else going live, probably whatever time we decide to do. If somebody else is live, we're going to apologize in advance but we're just going to be live real quick to make the announcement, and then we're going to roll. So,
yeah, it's gonna be cool.
It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be really great.
I got your sticker in the mail, and I it's been in the mail a while, but I finally opened it last night or night before last, And it was funny that I opened it with that guy with me. Thanks for sharing. Thanks for sending your stickers. If you send us stickers, we actually stopped doing sticker videos. No offense to anybody, but we've gotten so many stickers. Our board is full. We don't know what to do with them. Once we figure out what we're going to do with the rest of the stickers, we'll do another video to show all the other stickers. So thank you guys. I love getting the stickers. I'm like a little kid, at the doctor's office. Do you want a sticker? You want a sticker? Yeah, y'all want a sticker. My daughter's that way still. She'll go somewhere and they give out stickers to kids.
I just got a sticker. Look at that.
That's kind of a cool looking sticker.
Yeah, isn't that cool?
Good sticker. Right?
So right now, and it's probably already started, and I'm stepping on them, and I apologize, is traveling down the banisters. They are live right now, theoretically. So I don't know if anybody's already dropped the link. Oh, Avenger's the man. I love you guys. Go on over there, check them out, and hope to see you guys tomorrow afternoon at some point for the quick celebration recap. Thank you all for supporting us in this charity endeavor. Thank you for supporting us at Tech Talk University. We love you. God bless. See ya.
Bye.
See ya.